Hello, this is Liberty Mark 222 again. I've been looking up the what's going on in Syria right now, and it looks like the rebels or the Free Syrian Army, whatever it is, the Al Qaida fighters that are supplied by American arms and other fighters. They got all sorts. I think 95% of the fighters are they're non-Syrian. Anyway, it looks like the northern part of Syria is basically being controlled by these rebels, being supported by the Turkish army. There's some major fighting in Aleppo, which is kind of the northwestern head, or the key hub there. There's it's one of the junctions of the railroad there, and they just took the Umayyad mosque there. If we watch the videos, there's all sorts of fighting going on right now. It looks like these freedom fighters, they've taken over this mosque in Aleppo, big old mosque. Must be pretty much the center of town. There's a film of a helicopter getting shot down, pieces of a plane that got shot down. There's a missile defense area. I think it's outside Aleppo. They captured probably. I think there's about 10 missiles there, 10, 15 missiles, heavy equipment, all sorts of tanks. Another place they captured, I think about 3 or 4 tanks, all sorts of arms, all sorts of ammunition. There was, what else was there? That's the main thing I saw. So it looks like, to me, it looks like the whole northern part of Syria. I mean, the western part, the eastern part is pretty much desert. There's not much out there, but the eastern part, that's where people live. There have been fighting in Qom. It's kind of the middle of. I mean, they gotta. They're gonna. I can't imagine Syria lasting very long here. They don't even have to declare war. It's gonna be over pretty quick. I mean, if they take Aleppo, the only other major city is Damascus, and it's kind of interesting. I was thinking about in the Bible. There's a prophecy about how Damascus was going to be destroyed, and all through the history of the city of Damascus, it's never been destroyed. If you read the Bible, it talks about how Paul was going up there to Damascus, and he saw this bright light, and that's when he got knocked off his horse, and he was instructed to go. He was blinded, but he's instructed to go see this. Well, he was supposed to have this man was going to see him, but he went to this straight street, and it's actually there's still a straight street in Damascus is still there. So there's an ancient city, a lot of history. I think they have a lot of Armenians up there. I'm sure. I think there's quite a few Jews there, Christians, which are getting, like Alex Jones is saying, these. I've seen videos of them throwing people off. There's a video of postal workers who got thrown off the roof there onto the front steps there, and they're forcing people to be suicide bombers. These are the Al Qaeda people. They're tricking them. Alex Jones was showing how this guy had like a 500-pound bomb in the back of this truck that they wanted him to drive into this checkpoint, and they were going to detonate it, but then it didn't go off, so he didn't die. So I'm just saying, these are not nice people, and I don't. I hate how the media is covering these so-called freedom fighters, and they're like butchers. They're just disgusting, really nasty people, and we're supporting them. We're giving them money. They're Al Qaeda. It's insane. So um, I feel kind of funny hoping that Assad will hang in there, but I don't see him lasting another week or so. Maybe I'm wrong, but when you got that kind of pressure on a society, unless he's being backed by the Russians more and maybe the Iranians. I mean, these guys that are fighting him. You watch them fighting. They're not just. They know they have like coordinated attacks. When they were taking this mosque, I was like, oh man, they know what they're doing. They had people stationed on each side of the street. They were firing into this tower, giving them some cover, and then they're coming in, filing in like that. These guys have military training. They're not just and they're under fire and they're doing this stuff. So these are real military people that are already in there. They're not just you know farmers that decided that they're going to take up arms against the government. These are real soldiers. So anyway, that's all I have. Thanks. This is Liberty Mark 222.